Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're building an all ASUS TUF, absolutely epic gaming PC.
So we got a bunch of ASUS TUF products, and we're going to build a very tough gaming PC that'll play anything you throw at it at a bunch of different resolutions. But before we dive into this PC build, let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Arctic and their IA Freezer 35 CPU cooler. We recently used this cooler in our $1,000 PC build guide here on the channel and absolutely love the performance it delivers for the price. Oh, and of course it has that beautiful ARGB we love. This cooler also has great RAM clearance support for very tall RAM heatsinks and a very sleek design that can match the aesthetic of any gaming PC build. If you're looking to build your next gaming PC or upgrade your current system, then look no further than the Arctic IA Freezer 35 CPU cooler by checking the link in the description down below. And special thanks again to Arctic for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get to the video, shall we?
So big thanks to Team Group for sending over their TUF RAM. You know, we had to do a TUF theme build, so we went ahead and got our own TUF 6900 XT, our own Team Group SSD right there that's also TUF, and then of course we got the TUF case as well. We basically went as many ASUS TUF products as we could because it's honestly a really cool budget gaming lineup that also makes really good looks for your gaming PC, so we had to try it.
So let's just not waste any more time and talk about each individual part and how it makes up this very tough gaming PC build.
So for the processor on this build, we have this beautiful i5-12600KF, which is arguably like the best bang for buck CPU out there right now, because with this 12th Gen i5, this is the start of the performance and efficiency cores, which are known for being absolutely amazing for gaming and other tasks. So, you know, we had to go with it. And also we got to keep this thing cool because we're going to be doing some overclocking. It is a K processor. Big thanks to Arctic for sending over this and also a couple of other things that we'll be talking about. But this is the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 360 ARGB. You get this nice VRM cooler, and on top of that, you get a 360mm AO that's all closed. You don't ever have to do any maintenance on it. It's very simple, really nice braided sleeves, so we're really excited about that. Now, of course, sticking to the ASUS TUF, they do make a lot of motherboards, so we had to go with the ASUS TUF Z690 Plus Wi-Fi. So this is going to have the latest Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which is really nice. You got Wi-Fi 6E and also the latest Bluetooth protocol. So it's Windows 11 ready, of course. And also it's DDR5 because we got some DDR5 RAM to go with it. And you want to be able to overclock it because RAM doesn't just naturally come at 5200 megahertz. You got to overclock that RAM a little bit. So this is 32 gigs of Team Group T-Force Delta DDR5. 32 gigs, 16 gigs each. So you got dual channel, 32 total, and just look how beautiful that looks. You already got the Team Group look and they added the ASUS TUF look to it, which makes it even better.
Makes it more tough.
And funny enough, we actually had to steal that RAM for another build, so we had to order some more, and they actually had a bundle on Amazon where we kind of had to buy the actual RAM and a TUF drive with it. So originally we were going to use a different drive, but we now have a Team Group T-Force TUF drive, and it's Gen 4. It does 5,000 read and 4,400 write. So definitely some fast speeds with the nice aluminum heatsink on it. This is one of their Cardia aluminum drives, so we're really excited to have this as well. 1 terabyte.
Aluminium.
Aluminium.
So what we have right here is a 6900 XT, more specifically an ASUS TUF 6900 XT 3-fan card. And yeah, it's a 6900 XT. It's gonna play games at 4K, no problems whatsoever, or pretty much any other resolution, high refresh rate. And yeah, AMD cards are dropping in price. Well, pretty much every card is dropping in price. By the time you see this video, this card might be at like $1,000. You never know. We picked it up for I think around 12 or 13, something like that. So Gen 4, really awesome. And you know what? It's tough. Now, one thing we're gonna be adding that I'm not totally sure is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot, is this Asia Horse Gen 4 PCI riser cable, because you can vertically mount the GPU in this case, which we'll talk about here in a second. And yeah, we can show off that tough design. Of course, we're gonna go TUF theme. We gotta show a very tough GPU presentation, which is vertical. So yeah, we got that. In terms of the power supply, I was gonna move all that stuff out of the way. We have an EVGA 850 GT. I don't believe there are really high capacity, well, high wattage, I wouldn't say capacity, high wattage power supplies that are ASUS TUF. They're normally like budget brands, so you're looking like 500-600 watts. If we missed that, I apologize, but it's the power supply. It's gonna be hidden. You won't have to look at it. And to make this thing look nice and pretty, we got some sleeve cables. I don't remember what we went with here. Oh, we went with like a black and white and gray combo. So not just your traditional, just black or white sleeve cables. We got a little bit of extra color to add to this build. And yeah, the case. This thing right here is, well,
GT501.
It's the GT501. That's what it is. You just stole it right on my mouth. I didn't even get a chance to look at the box over there.
Oh, I didn't know it was over there.
I was looking. But the GT501, we have these awesome handles. That's really all you have to say. It has these straps ready to go.
Let's see how many reps he can do.
All right, here we go. All right, ready?
How heavy do you think that is? What's your guess?
1, 2, I'd say it's about 20 pounds?
All right, McAllister's gonna look it up and put the exact weight on the screen.
20 pounds? I'm gonna say 21.39672.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So I'll put that up here. And yeah, it's a nice case, has some good ventilation right here, and it's just very industrial looking. It's the whole TUF brand, the whole TUF name and everything. And yeah, it's all looking great. And yeah, these are the other RGB fans we're gonna be adding to this build, by the way. Big shout out to Arctic for sending over there P12, PWM, PST, A-RGB. That's just ARGB. I'm so silly. But we're gonna make this thing look nice, and I probably just broke that fan. Let's build this PC.
Alright guys, now that we have this ASUS TUF PC all booted up and ready to go, let's talk about a few benchmarks real quick. Now we side test this PC in a handful of titles at 4K, those being Forza Horizon 5, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and God of War. Now of course when we have a 6900 XT involved, we have to play games at 4K, and first up in Forza Horizon 5 using the built-in benchmark on high settings, we got a 120 FPS average. The 6900 XT is a very interesting card. It's a little bit better than the 6800 XT, but in terms of value for money, I really think it's a better buy than something like the RTX 3090, which even now on scalper markets, even though prices are getting better, is still close to $2,000 in value, while the 6900 XT can be had for about $1,200 or $1,300 sometimes. So definitely consider picking one of these up if you're wanting a really high-end build and don't really care too much about the NVIDIA feature set, which yes, is a selling point, but for most people, a 6900 XT will be perfectly fine, as you can see through these benchmarks. Next up in Apex Legends at 4K again on high settings, we got 100 plus FPS. If you're playing esports titles on high details with this PC at 4K, you'll have no problems getting close to a high refresh rate gaming experience, and you might be able to delve into a 4K high refresh rate monitor. Me personally, I think it's a little expensive, and I probably would go with a 1440p, like 165 Hz or something like that, and even get more frames by playing at 1440p, and also benefit from high refresh rate. But if you do want to go that route, you do have the option. Next up in Call of Duty Warzone, on pretty much medium-high settings, these are the default settings that Warzone gave us before we, well, launched into the game. We end up getting 100 plus FPS once again. That 12600K is an absolute monster of a CPU. Really, you don't need much more than that, especially when paired with something like a 6900 XT. Yeah, the next generation of graphics cards might need, well, a better CPU, but given the current generation right now, even 3090, 6900 XT, you'll have no problems getting good frame rates using the 12600K. And the last game we decided to test was God of War at ultra settings 4K, and we got an average of 60 FPS. This is definitely a game that is much more demanding and is an upscale detail version of the game that comes from the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, so you're actually able to get even higher quality on PC. So if you haven't played this game on PC and you play it on console, definitely consider picking it up because it looks absolutely beautiful even at 60 FPS, and you can lower the details of course if you want to get even higher frame rate, but overall this PC looks really good, the cooling's really good, all the ASUS TUF components look really nice inside this PC, and they all work very well together. So if you want to build an ASUS TUF PC, definitely check the link in the description down below to pick up all the parts from today's videos. The links will be affiliate links and they will help us out. How about to bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick.
Alright guys, so we just got done benchmarking this gaming PC and it performed absolutely beautiful. One thing we will note is vertically mounting a GPU, although it is very aesthetic, if it isn't water cooled sometimes, it does get a little bit hotter because, well, it's right up against that glass, so it's not gonna overheat. We tested it, works perfectly fine, but you do definitely gain 10 to 20 Celsius when you have it up against that glass in most games, so just keep that in mind. You know, if you're going to vertically mount it, you should either water cool it or just, you know, be happy with the temperatures you're getting.
So if you're gonna pick up any of the parts from today's video, link in the description down below will be affiliate links and it will help us out. And yeah, let us know if there's any other themed style build you want us to go with. This TUF theme was really cool, and you know what? It turned out to be pretty tough.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So guys, the best part about this PC is not only can you pick it up with the straps, but you can also pick it up from PCBros.tech.
That is our PC selling business, where we sell gaming PCs, laptops, and a bunch of other tech stuff. And if you use code ToastyBros2 on checkout, you can save 2% on your next order. Maybe it's this PC. Check the link down below. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Did you like that that pun there?
I like that. It was a good pun.